hell with the speed limit. That shit is sick. Alrighty. Say bye, Anaya. Alright, Mom. Love you too. Do I want to go this way? Maybe I don't want to go that way. Maybe I want to go this way. Alright. And we'll start the vlog up here. Alright, that's the wheel to use. I was going to open it up a little bit more, but cops right there. What's going on, my YouTube compatriots? It's a little on the dark side now. Just heading home. Had to visit my mama. Figured I would get on board and give y'all a shout. I had some footage from earlier, but I think I may have accidentally deleted it. So I gotta go ahead and check. So we'll see. But it was a beautiful day out here. Got on the grill, got some barbecuing going on, and you know, got to play, have a little time with the family, have a little time with some friends, and just about ready to check in for the night and get ready for a week of work. I figured I'd take this time to say what's up, what's going on, how was everybody's Memorial Day. Thank you for all of the soldiers who are fighting for our country right now, our lives and our way of life. Thank you to all my fellow soldiers who have fought for this country, who have fought to defend this country. It's been an honor to have served with you. I am no longer in the service myself, but as a veteran, I appreciate everything that we have been able to do for our country. Figure I'd talk a little bit about my Orange Crush. That was my first bike. The first bike that I owned, first bike that, you know, I had the joy of riding consistently for any length of time. Was a 05 Buell XP9 SX Lightning City or something, XP9 Lightning City, I forgot. But it was a great bike for me, being in the city, all this stop and go riding and whatnot. You know, it was a little low on power, but it was pretty nice and torque heavy. So I was able to get me in and out and through traffic with a relative breeze. Gave me a great experience in a lot of worlds. You know, gave me that kind of sport bike kind of handling. You know, the Street Fighter positioning and the Cruiser Harley sound. It would have been nice to really get some footage of it, really making some of the monster sound that it can make. I love the sound of Harleys myself. I wasn't really as crazy about the sound of sport bikes, but I love the sound of Harleys and you know, but one of the sport bikes, so that kind of gave me a little bit of everything. You know, it took me a while to really decide on the look of it. I wasn't crazy about the look of it at first. It had to grow on me. And I happened to come across that one at a great deal. And it was, you know, custom colored, the color that I wanted. So, you know, I made a decision to jump on that and, you know, really enjoyed having it. So I bet you're wondering, you know, well, what happened to it if you liked it so much? Well, that's a you know, a funny story. So one day I was out riding. I think I went over to Jersey or something. I came back home. I parked out front. I got coerced into getting on a grill. So I'm on a grill and I'm hanging out. and I got a couple of my boys with me. I'm in the house, well, I'm on the grill in the back, and I'm sitting there thinking, you know, I guess I'm not going to be getting back out on the bike. It's getting a little on the late side, and I'm stuck out here cooking. So my boy is like, you need somebody to ride your bike around the garage for you? So, you know, I'm like, I don't know. And my man, he rides, you know, he rides. He's been riding for a while, you know, he's an avid rider. So it wasn't really, you know, a concern, but nevertheless, it was a concern because, you know, I don't know. But I say, you know, haven't had a chance to see what Orange Crush looks like on the road. You know, I'm riding them, so I see what I look like on them. So I say, yeah, go ahead, man. You know, go ahead. Yeah. And I had to back out. You know, I live on a corner house, and the side block is a one-way street, and the block in the front is a one-way street. So you got to come out that block and make a turn onto, you know, the one way. So he backs out into the street and is getting ready to make the move. Now, there's supposed to be like something like a 15-foot space to the corner that you can't park. Gotta leave 15 feet to the corner so people can see. So there was this daggone SUV parked right at the corner, really taking up any opportunity to see what was coming. And then there's a big tree also that blocks out that view, so you can't see really what's coming down the street so easily. And what I think what happened was, as he was pulling out of the one-way street in order to make the turn onto the other one-way street, kind of, you know, easing his way out into the street and looking back in order to make sure that there's nothing coming, but not looking where he was going, thinking that he was in the middle of the street, not realizing that he was actually wide to the side of the street. So he goes to turn his head forward in order to, you know, advance and, you know, move forward, and didn't realize he was so close to the parked cars on the other side of the street. I think I'll take this expressway. You know, ended up getting, you know, trying to swerve and weave, and ended up running up on one of the parked cars on the street. And really just brushed the car, you know, didn't hit it hard, just brushed the car, but with the handlebar, that's all you need. And that sent the, you know, the tank slapping and the handlebar, you know, jerking and swerving, and wrenched the throttle, and off he went, you know, off the bike went. Whipped up in the air, you know, laying down on the ground, slid halfway on the other side of the block, and that was pretty much it. So it actually didn't look so bad, you know, when assessed the damage, and I you know, I feel bad, and let me just take a moment really to apologize to the man, because instinctively kind of went straight for the bike. Like I didn't even check, like, damn, you know, is my man okay? Is he all right? So I kind of saw it as it was happening, slow motion and everything. But I mean, quite honestly, the first thing I saw after that was him pop up. He like popped up off of out of the ground, like a whack-a-mole popped up out of the board. So it was almost like, all right, you know, he's fine. So I'm just like instinctively like, okay, he's all right. Like I don't know. He could be dead and just, you know, popped up and, you know, collapses at the same moment. And I went for the bike. So I want to apologize to you, bro. I didn't mean that. That wasn't really what I was, you know, feeling. But I did kind of think you were alright the way you popped up. He's fine. And I did finally ask him, like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm cool, man. He's like, but damn, man, I feel so bad. You know, so we go check out the bike. And, you know, initially the bike looks, you know, alright. The handlebars were bent. My shift lever was broken. My clutch lever was broken because it landed on the left side. Big dent in the oil of the crankcase, and my tire was flat. So my mirror was busted. So I had, you know, the mirrors were from eBay. You know, my hand grips were from eBay. The handlebars were aftermarket. So it really wasn't. It didn't seem to be all that bad. What ended up causing the biggest damage was the bolt that secures the seat to the frame. That was sheared off, and that bolt was a, you know, member of the frame, soldered on, but it, you know, was a full member of the frame. It wasn't like a bolt-on piece. So with that being busted, that would have required the replacement of the frame as a whole. Frame has the gas in it, so that's the frame, that's the gas. So it just ended up being, you know, exceeding the value of the bike. So that's what happened. That's what happened to Orange Crush. Orange Crush got crushed. Actually, it ended up being the best thing that could have happened at the time. I ended up getting almost triple the value in the claim versus what I had paid for the bike. So it really worked out well. The only reason I didn't end up jumping right into a bike then was because come on, I do contract work, and at the time I was off of a contract, and at the time I didn't know when when another contract was coming, so I really couldn't warrant putting the money out for a replacement vehicle at that time, because I didn't know whether I might have needed the money. So I decided, well, let me wait. I'm gonna wait until until another gig comes along. So now I got a permanent position that I really enjoy, and that was kind of what helped foster this move, along with the windfall that I managed to acquire from from that slight mishap. Because at first I'm thinking, I'll just replace the parts on eBay. It's not that big a deal. Oh, and the bike didn't start though. Yeah, we got it up. It happened right in front of my house, so that was kind of cool. But we got it up, wheeled it to the back. But the next morning, got out there to go look at it and popped the key in and went to start, and it was just tick, 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 ticking. And next thing I know, I saw some smoke coming out from under the seat. I was like, oh, that's going to be a problem. We're just going to square it up ourselves, get the parts and put it together. You can just pay for the parts. It wasn't that big a deal. It was an honest mistake. It wasn't like he was out there trying to be riffraff or anything. An honest mistake. Yeah, once the bike didn't start, I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to have to put a claim in and all that good stuff. So at any rate, we got to holler at my man, my dog, man. I love you, man. And thanks to you, hell, I'm on what I'm on now, basically. So that's what happened to Orange Crush, and that's why I had not had the opportunity to really introduce him to you, get him up there. But I've grown to like the sound of sport bikes, true sport bikes, although I still have a soft spot in my heart for that low, mellow, strong, grunty, throaty groan of a Harley. And that was truly a great bike to have if you're not really out here trying to, be the fastest thing on the road, because it definitely wasn't. But nevertheless, that was indeed a great bike for the city. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. And please, please, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Holla at ya.